returned to Jimmy Kimmel Live last night with a monologue where he addressed all of the scandal and controversy of the past week. And of course, no one is surprised, he broke into tears, as he usually does. This is my primary concern with Jimmy Kimmel, is that he's mentally unstable and clearly needs psychological evaluation. Because no one should be crying this frequently. No grown man should be crying this frequently, and certainly not on television where everyone can see. And he broke into tears almost when he was discussing Charlie Kirk's death, and he was trying to add context to his original comment. His original comment, if you forgot, he said that MAGA supporters have been trying desperately to prove that Charlie Kirk's killer is not one of them.
Yes.
And
he said, was anyone but one of them. It was what they call weasel words.
Yes, it went through many layers of legal protection before he actually delivered those words on camera. For a reason, but it was a lie, and it was a vicious lie, and I believe it was meant knowingly to be a lie. I think he knew exactly what he was doing in that moment.
You can't go through that many layers of rewriting to make sure that it passes legal muster for it to not be intentional.
Now, he walks onto set, and he does this little, I'm just a little baby routine. I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. I maybe was insensitive, but I didn't lie. So here is the clip of his monologue from last night.
I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
Nobody thought you were making light of it. They thought you were lying.
Right.
I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make. But
Catch this, fascist. We have no idea what he meant by that.
It must be a mental health crisis.
I understand that to some that felt
could have been the Tylenol.
Either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. Ever. And also selfishly.
Okay. Clapped her.
So he expertly skirts around actually issuing an apology or admitting that he was wrong, and then again doubles down, refusing to acknowledge the ideological motivation behind Charlie Kirk's murder.
And Tim pointed out that if you look at the views for his channel, it's like he interviews somebody, 50,000 views, 50,000 views. Trump monologue, 1 million. Trump monologue, 2 million.
He knows what sells.
Yes, they know algorithmically what is going to work for them, and it's the boomers in your local town who are out protesting in hopes of saving democracy.
Well, here's what's really frustrating me about this, especially after I had a conversation with a journalist yesterday. We were talking a totally different language from each other. She was saying, well, how is Jimmy Kimmel's offensive joke any different from Don Jr.'s offensive joke about Paul Pelosi? And you effed up before you even finished the sentence, because no conservatives were saying, how dare Jimmy Kimmel make an offensive joke about Charlie Kirk? That wasn't the point. That was never the controversy. That was never the crux of the issue. No one was mad at him for making an off-color joke about Charlie Kirk. It wasn't a joke. Maybe people laughed when he finished the sentence. That doesn't make it a joke. Yep. And it was a lie. That is what people are pointing out. And that is the argument for an FCC violation. So he's peddling that narrative as well. Like, oh, I'm sorry I made an offensive joke. I didn't know that you conservatives would be offended by an offensive joke, but
Snowflakes.
we can all clear up this misunderstanding that we've had. So he does crack another joke in another part of his monologue saying, I'm not sure who had a weirder 48 hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol.
Which, of course, the greatest thing is, like, people are now finding tweets from the Tylenol official X account posting about how you shouldn't take it while pregnant.
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother. Look, if you want to look for a crazy meme trend going on right now, go look up all the Tylenol autism memes on Instagram. They're incredible.
In regard to Donald Trump, here is what Jimmy Kimmel had to say during his first show back. He tried his best to cancel me and instead forced millions to watch the show. He might have to release the Epstein files to distract us from this now. That backfired bigly.
Yeah. The way they pretend to care about the Epstein stuff is maybe the most infuriating part of all of it.
They were part of the chorus of media outlets denying that they were real for years up until it became politically expedient to talk about
claiming
them.
that Trump was involved in Pizzagate.
We have another 20 from Jose Quintana. Congratulations belatedly to the optical overlord and Miss Overlord on your nuptials. Many decades of joy and good health. As for the Ghost Empress, I continue to remain loyal to your reign. Long live the Gongo.
Long may she reign.
So I guess that's a Mrs. Overlord?
Olivia, you are now Mrs. Overlord.
Okay, great.
Congratulations. And if you want to think that it didn't get more political, you're wrong, because, everybody keeps talking about turning down the temperature, but then we have Gavin Newsom saying this.
I fear that we will not have an election in 2028. I really mean that in the core of my soul, unless we wake up to the code red, what's happening in this country, and we wake up soberly to how serious this moment is.
They cannot help themselves. Okay? They cannot help themselves.
My gosh. We have a big super chat here from Derek, I believe. I'm a doctor. Don't take Tylenol. Take the least amount of medications possible. They are all poisons. Well,
Yep.
I don't know if you're actually a doctor, but we'll have to just take you at your word.
I'm gonna agree.
Yeah, they're truly incorrigible. And Trump responded to the first episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live after the suspension on his Truth Social. He threatened to sue ABC. I can't believe ABC fake news. It gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. Something happened between then and now because his audience is gone and his talent was never there. Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? He's yet another arm of the DNC, and to the best of my knowledge, that would be a major illegal campaign contribution. I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Let Jimmy Kimmel rot in his bad ratings. So again, Trump is doing nothing to help his public image in the eyes of the left.
Himself.
Not that, you have much room to improve with them to begin with, because they are, of course, a cult. But still, it's the same thing that he did with the FCC controversy. He was trying to peddle a narrative that the FCC was responsible for Jimmy Kimmel's suspension, which wasn't true. According to the FCC, according to Sinclair, according to Nexstar, according to ABC. But Donald Trump said that it was the FCC's actions that led to Jimmy Kimmel getting taken off the air. And
brings this on himself.
That is what leads to a comment like the ignorant comment from Gavin Newsom.
Yep.
Saying that we're living in a fascist dictatorship and we're not going to have elections anymore.
Yeah.
So that even further inflames the possible extremists at home who are thinking that they have to take radical, disruptive action.
And this is true.
To defend our democracy, no matter what it takes, by any means necessary. Because
beyond that, Gavin Newsom went on to talk about the no mask laws. Just irony to the highest order. No mask, no laws against masking in California for ICE agents. And what happened today? Well, we know exactly what happened today, and it fuels what's going on right now. The other side effect of all of this TDS is that you just become unfunny.
Yeah.
That's the real
and it's a shame.
I think words can never harm you.
Oh, well, they can harm you now. Let's make sure you pick the right words. Capiche?
Okay, yeah, I guess I capiche, but I don't think. Oh, it sounds like you got a call there, huh?
Hi, handsome. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. President. Okay. You got it, sir. You got it. Bye.
What did he say?
Look, I got to go. A couple of cases of Tylenol fell off a truck, and now I got to figure out how to put autism in them.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that sounds tricky. So good.
Okay.
Who writes this shit? I guess Jimmy Kimmel's wife.
I guess so. Again, this is why the internet is superior now. Like I said, there are all sorts of hilarious memes that are actually memeing what's going on in a funny way.
Right.
Okay? Like, I should have pulled some. I sent you a bunch of them last night, but like, there are actual memes being made from, actual funny people on the internet. I think one of my favorites was like taking a bunch of Tylenol PMs so I only have autism at night.
And Ryan Long is also one of those people.
Yes.
That was kind of the point of the interview that I did yesterday, was how the right is responding comedically to this tragedy without dehumanizing the person who is the victim, or the family members or the supporters who are watching it happen. Yep. And it's very easy, actually, if you have a soul. They've lost that long ago.
And look, I haven't seen the ratings yet. I'm sure we will see that soon. I don't know how the effect of having 70 different affiliates not carrying it is going to affect the ratings, but it doesn't even matter because the online viewership is going to be huge for it on when it gets clipped and put on social media. And I don't think Trump helped himself at the end there. I don't think that he's capable of helping himself in these situations.
I also don't think that he's not suing ABC.
No. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.